Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just confirm that young Phil and James 5000 are not going to be here tonight. I'm pretty sure that I hid them in the closet somewhere. So this episode is brought to you by Deadpool. And how's it going? Let's just confirm, everybody. Mercenaries for hire.
Distance nerding.
I'm still trying to figure out if anybody needs filming. I am for hire. I am currently for hire. If anyone needs any killing or anything of that nature, please let us know at www.whatthefukishappeningrightnow.com. Either way, let's bring in, live from the closet, it's John S. 5000.
I think we forgot young Phil in LA at the Comic-Con,
Pretty sure.
and we brought back a different Deadpool.
That sounds about right.
This is super awkward.
Yeah, something about that. I don't know what's happening right now. I don't know why I'm here.
The good part is he knows how to work a soundboard, so we may keep him for a little bit.
There's that. Wait a minute. What's that? Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Oh, see?
I don't think I do know
Okay.
how to use this.
Strike one.
You know what? You shut your mouth when you're speaking.
Oh, jeez. Look at the angry finger on the screen. Jeez.
Exactly. Anyways.
Welcome, everybody. What's up, Matt? Oh, look who it is. Hey.
Look at that.
It's young Phil.
I do sound like Charlie Brown's teacher when I have the mask on and I'm trying to speak over a mic.
Mm-hmm.
Womp, womp, womp. Womp, 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 womp.
It's the it was the pop filter plus the mask.
It's just everything there.
Yeah.
Just ruining everything. Anyways, you're now watching Distance Nerding.
He's young Phil, I think.
And he's Jamez 5000. And we're here to nerd together.
We're talking about anything pop culture, movies, music, food, wrestling, Deadpool, Liefeld, Comic-Con, LA Comic-Con.
All of the things.
Whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
Now, guys, you got to follow us on all the social medias if you're not already following all of our social medias. Obviously, you're on either Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, but we would love it if you would join us on Instagram and look at all those tasty, tasty pictures that we took over the weekend.
Oh, yeah. We posted so many pictures, and we're like halfway done.
Yeah.
My thumbs started to hurt, so I'm just like, all right, I'm going to post more later.
Yeah, no, just the amount of fun that we had over the weekend. Throwing it out there in the Facebook chat. Matt Hernandez, man, Fresno Deadpool is the man, and I love him. And yes.
That's it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of Deadpool love. There was a 5,000 views worth of Deadpool love on your video.
Yeah. People love that. People loved. There was a lot of love happening because I was caressing the back of Fresno Deadpool's head.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that was our Mercenaries for Hire. Mercenaries for Hire.
People were enjoying that.
Yeah.
I was watching people walk up to you and being like, that is amazing. That's funny.
What was funny about that whole thing was just randomly, like I would just randomly walk into like different parts of the con.
Yeah.
And just kind of like slowly walk in. Mercenary for Hire.
But you kept it kayfabe. People kept walking up to you. You're like, mercenary for hire?
Yeah. No. Do you need anybody killed? No. I'll kill Wolverine for free.
Yeah. It was great.
I have a carbonadium blade. I can take out Wolverine right now.
Right. That's pretty funny.
The entire time I was in that costume, and again, I kind of just started talking, but I didn't really explain what I was doing. I was, for those who weren't following our social media and what we were doing at the con, Saturday I did one of my first full-on cosplays.
So we were at LA Comic-Con.
We're at LA Comic-Con
over this past
Friday
weekend.
through Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And Saturday, the second day of the con, I'm walking around in a full, I called it Unipool, but it's basically Deadpool cosplaying as a unicorn.
You need to drink this one.
I drink that one all the time. I wanted a different
rainbow
flavor for once.
unicorn.
I know, it's one of my favorite flavors.
I'll save it for you. Sorry.
Yeah.
We got energy drinks because we have zero energy right now.
Oh, after this weekend, and then on top of that, on Monday when I got back, I got my my booster vaccine and my flu shot.
Oh, look at you!
So yesterday I was out. I was knocked out yesterday.
Have a Flintstone vitamin, you'll be fine.
Well,
you'll be fine.
As of last night, my fever broke. I woke up this morning. I was like, yeah, I can work, and
you're like,
everything was fine.
I'm good.
Yeah. So I mean, like, usually when I get a flu shot, I'm like sick for like a week. No, I was cool after a day.
It was all the nachos and expensive LA food.
Definitely. You
Kept
know
you
what we
going.
didn't do, and I'm sad, and Jackie made fun of me about this too. What we didn't do while we were down there, we didn't get tacos.
There was a lot going on.
There was.
We had limited options at the LA Convention Center.
Right. But the thing is that we got pizza.
Yeah, we did get
We
pizza.
got really good pizza. But we didn't go get tacos.
I know that was rough.
And I didn't really think about it until after we were done. And I was like, man, we never got tacos.
Because it was a whirlwind weekend. It was good.
It was. You know what we did do?
What?
We hung out with Raider Ray.
Raider Ray in the house. Ray De Leon, the SoCal Simba himself. That was awesome.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah. Raider Ray. And not only did we hang out with Raider Ray, but we went to Scum and Villainy, which is the bar that, well, it's a replica cantina bar, right? And it used to be it was supposed to be a pop-up bar that ended up becoming a permanent like staple on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is the bar that Kevin Smith does his podcast at.
Fat Man Beyond.
Fat Man Beyond.
Yep.
And yeah, no, it was great. You can't tell anymore, but if you were on the live stream on Monday, you could hear that my voice was wrecked.
You were screaming so much this weekend.
Yeah.
It was so good. But the bar is super fun. I mean, if you're a Star Wars fan, of course you're gonna love it because it's the cantina, but they got like Star Trek stuff there.
Yeah. It's just if you're a pop culture fan in general,
if
it's
you're
definitely
a nerd,
a like nerdy bar. And it was glorious, right? So the reason that my voice was gone specifically was there was a drink that we were getting, right? That myself and Raider Ray were getting.
Yep.
Called the Witness Me Furiosa. Right. Now, if you are a fan of Mad Max Fury Road, right? You know, the dudes, I'm forgetting their names, but the dudes that are in that movie, right? When they get initiated, essentially, right? They get sprayed in the face with silver, right? And they have to yell out, "Witness me."
Right.
So this drink, the Witness Me Furiosa, basically when you order the drink, they make the drink and then they spray you no, they don't spray you in the face immediately. They say, "I live, I die, I live again." And you have to respond with screaming at the top of your lungs, "Witness me." And then they spray you in the face with it's a
vanilla.
It's supposed to be a vanilla spray, but it's like a silver, like an edible silver vanilla spray. And they spray your face with it like they do in the movie.
Right.
Right. So me and Raider Ray got like 7 of those.
Yeah.
Right? Each like we started off with like 2 or 3 and we were like, yeah, maybe we should calm down. And then we both realized, shit, neither of us are driving.
Oh, you did not calm down.
So we just kept drinking and kept going. And it was so much fun.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
You guys looked like you were having a good old time.
And then after a while, after we would get the drink, we would say, "Oh, what a lovely day."
Yeah.
This is another line from the movie. So I mean, we had a blast. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch. I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And then they sprayed your face. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening?
Yeah, and
that
then
is not good.
We walked up. Aaron said it looked like we like buried our faces in cocaine.
Yeah.
If you go to the Instagram again, distance nerding on the Instagram, you can actually see a picture of me and Raider Ray together with our coked up faces.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we weren't on cocaine, guys. So don't think that we were really.
It looked like you got manhandled by like a very aggressive robot around the mouth. You know what I mean?
It looks like I got punched in the face by the Pillsbury Doughboy as he got rolled out. You know, it's like he's already got the flour on his hand. So he punched this in the mouth and it
Hi, Julie. How are you?
Hi, Julie.
But yeah, that was so much fun. Shout out to Angel, who was there too.
Yeah.
And shout out to Thick, who came along.
Yeah.
We all had a good time watching Ray and young Phil go crazy.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was funny because Ray was like, "You are my drinking soulmate."
Right.
And then Angel and Ray were fighting over whose soulmate I was. because they're just both like, you're like my party buddy. No, you're my drinking buddy. No, it's like, no, if I'm anybody's soulmate, it's Jackie, but still.
Right. I felt more sober just watching you get more unsober.
We had so much fun, man. It was ridiculous, the amount of fun that we had. Yeah.
Yeah, the food was, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to give a review of the bar. So the bar was cool.
Yeah.
Like the aesthetics and the ambiance was super fun. It's not that big of a place though. So if you go next time you're in LA, go early.
Absolutely.
So you get a table, and we were there for a couple hours or something, like 2 or 3 hours, right?
Yeah. Now get the cheesy chicken tots. They were amazing.
Okay, there you go. I'm trying to think of the other drinks. What did we have? Like a Tiki Temple of Doom.
The Tiki Temple of Doom was a little weird, just because like all the different things they had in it, it felt like it was just a little much.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wait a minute.
The cocoa butter was.
Speaking of Thickowski.
Something's happening.
He's trying to get in, but it's not letting him. There he is.
Hey.
Yeah.
You made it back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a game.
Are you gonna play a game?
Hi.
Hi.
He sounds like an angry Kermit the Frog.
He is an Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog here. Hi, hole.
You gonna play a game?
Yeah. Okay. I'm playing a goat game.
Is it because you're the goat?
Let's go with that.
He doesn't have headphones, so
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Scum and Villainy.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. We haven't even gotten to the news yet. We've just been kind of recapping LA Comic Con.
Yeah,
I figured.
We got as far as Ray and young Phil going down on some robots in the back room. That's why they had silver all over their face.
Yeah, the silver all over the face.
That makes yeah.
So the food was all right. Food was just all right. It was bar food.
Yeah, I mean, it was good for bar food.
I mean, it's not. I mean, come on, it wasn't barf food. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think between Ray and young Phil, I think somebody was going to barf the next morning.
No. Hey, Aaron, how do you like these glasses? They look great, don't they?
They do look really nice. I thoroughly enjoy them. I'm glad they're getting passed around from James's son to you. It's great. Yeah.
Get ready for pink eye. So,
woo! I love pink guy. Filthy Frank is great. Joji. You Joji.
That's a lot of syllables, and
right?
I don't know what you're saying.
Is Joji a member of Dirty Mike and the Boys? Because
Joji is Filthy Frank, who is pink guy.
But do they hang out with Dirty Mike and the Boys?
I don't know.
And fuck in the back of Priuses.
Whoa, hey, easy.
Make love in the back of Priuses.
Yeah, no, we will fuck in the back of your Prius again.
Oh, hello there.
This is why I don't buy a Prius.
Yeah.
It's such a sex magnet,
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? You know what was fun at the bar? So the drinks were fun.
Yeah.
The food was all right. But that jukebox app thing.
Oh yeah. No, that was super cool. I thought that was like the coolest thing, where you can just upvote the next song.
Yeah, it was so it was all done through an app, right? Like Out Loud or something like that.
Right.
So everybody downloads the app, and then you vote on the different songs to play next. So instead of you throwing money at a jukebox, right, and hoping your song gets played, it's like people voted up and down for the next song.
Yeah.
How cool was that? Mine got played. I'm just saying, all mine got played.
Yeah, I mean that's great.
I mean, it helps that there's only like maybe 50 songs on the whole thing you can choose from.
Yeah,
I'll take it. A win is a win.
I mean, Rescue Rangers. Come on.
Yeah.
Right. That was pretty good. That's pretty good.
Is he singing?
No, he asked if I wanted a cup of tea.
Oh. Well, you like a cup of tea, huh?
Yeah.
Very nice.
You have
Very
a cup of tea, yeah?
So was that the first night or
that's
the
a
second
lovely
night?
tea, isn't it? That was second night.
Second night.
We went there on Saturday.
Night. That's right.
Yeah, Friday night we wandered the streets of downtown Los Angeles looking for a bodega.
That's true.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah.
And we didn't find one, did we?
No, well, we found something similar. It was like
we
a
found smoke shops. That's right.
It was like a smoke shop that had everything in it. It was a trip.
Yep.
Good times, though. Good times. Your Saturday was probably the best Saturday of your life.
It was great. Just the first half of the day was me as Unipool. Now, for those of you who are in the comic book know,
There we go. Oh,
I got, would it be christened? I was
Yeah,
blessed.
Well, let's hold on. Let's rewind. So Friday night, you were trying on your whole outfit, putting it together.
Right.
You were stressing out because you didn't have a tool belt or
Right. So I was trying to get a utility belt.
right.
I was trying to get like the pouches and like run around with the Liefeld pouches all over my like bodice area.
But then you settled on a
Well, no, so what happened was I was looking around the con to see if anybody sold like utility belts like that. And one of the vendors, I'm talking to her for a second and she goes, you know, what would be funny that would work with that costume is you should see if you can find a fanny pack. And I was like, that's freaking genius. Right. So I'm kind of like, now I'm just looking for a fanny pack and nobody has fanny packs. Right. So in the morning, the next day, I'm looking for where I can find a fanny pack. Like, where can I go buy a fanny pack in the store? Right.
right.
And like,
What is happening over there?
Just don't worry about it.
Okay. So you're saying I should set up like a booth at Comic-Con and we only sell fanny packs.
yeah. And
Like
at that,
corner of
like
the market.
Hello Kitty fanny packs and
Right.
stuff like that, but anyways, I'm looking for a fanny pack. Right. And I can't find the fanny pack to save my life. So I see that you can order fanny packs through Macy's and Target and all that. Now at the hotel we were staying at, like it was above a mall, right? So I decide in the morning because the Macy's downstairs opens at 9. I was like, okay, well let me go run down there and just kind of see like what they have because the websites don't always show everything, right? And so I run down there. Do you mind grabbing that bag for me? I run down there and I'm like looking through the store. They don't really have anything in the store. And I start like looking, I go downstairs and there's like a TJ Maxx, like clearance, Macy's clearance section.
Right.
And I find this bad boy.
Hey.
What better fanny pack for Deadpool than a neon pink and purple MTV pop culture fanny pack?
It's pretty good.
This thing right here almost made the whole costume for me, man.
You were very happy about that.
Because I was just like, it fits so perfectly. There's nothing better than this, unless it was like Hello Kitty. But I mean, like, still. What up, Tyler?
What's up, Tyler?
But I mean, I'm wearing this.
I'm waving at Tyler. Tyler, can you see me? I'm waving at you. You're on the other side of the fence.
The blinds are closed, so I don't know if you could see like that.
He can see his
There we go.
silhouette type thing. Anyways, yeah, I mean, like, it just everything worked out perfectly. So then I'm outside of the con and we're like taking pictures.
We walked 2 miles.
Oh yeah,
and you had 9 layers of furry on.
True.
Just a sweat dripping down your rainbow fur.
It was disgusting.
It was matted.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like a wet dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
So no. We're talking about Saturday. Yes, that's how it was Friday and Sunday, but Saturday, how was it?
I'm wearing a unicorn onesie over a Deadpool costume, so it's like it's like Deadpool as a unicorn, like as he would be as a unicorn. And yeah, we walked a mile, and like starting at the hotel, you have like maybe 1 or 2 people. I'm pretty sure one person was like crazy homeless chick, but like she recognized, oh, Deadpool, what's up, Deadpool?
That was me.
Oh, that's right. It was you.
That was him.
Yeah.
The crazy homeless lady. That was him.
Anyway, so what ends up happening is, as we start getting closer to the con, you start seeing people that are just like, oh my God, look, it's Deadpool. And they're like pointing at me and people are, starting to have fun with me. And of course, I take it on as like, I go full character and it's like, people are asking like Deadpool. I'm like, Deadpool, where?
Keep in mind, it was a 2-mile walk. So it was like crazy. Look at the weirdo looks to like, oh my God, look how cool this weirdo is.
Yeah. And like I said, people were just like, Deadpool. And I'm like, where's Deadpool? I don't see Deadpool. What? Where? Right. Like stuff like that. And James had to remind me to do a joke. He's like, somebody asked, are you going to Comic-Con? I was like, there's a Comic-Con today?
That's right. That's right.
Right.
So like stuff like that. Like we had a crap ton of fun walking up there. I start running into like different people. So like we ran into Power Man, aka
Luke
Cage. And I go, oh crap. And like start walking backwards and he just starts laughing. I was like, somebody said something about, man, you don't got to worry about him. You can heal. I was like, not if he punches me.
Yeah.
Right. And the dude just starts cracking up. And
so you were having a good old time.
I was having a blast
amongst your people.
Right. Amongst my people. Yeah. So we get to the front of the con and I start posing, I'm like posing at like pointing at Comic-Con and everything like that. And James gets like these amazing pictures.
Wait, hold on. Real quick before we go any further, because Secret Time, we were there with press passes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they gave us free passes, press passes. All they said was like, you have to cover the con.
Right.
So
shoot, that's what we forgot to do.
Exactly. No, so I was a little leery of Philippe, cosplaying. I'm like, dude, technically we're here for free, so let's do the job, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then
I think we did more of the job because of that.
Well, no, shout out to Thick and to Ray and you as well, because Friday we did so many pictures and we talked to so many people and made so many connections. Saturday felt like, yeah, let's have fun.
Yeah.
So you just like said, F it, let's have fun.
Yeah.
So you show up, we're at the front of the LA Convention Center, your full rainbow unicorn Deadpool outfit, and everybody was loving it. One person in particular.
Yeah. So we get to the front of the con and I start messing with this Spider-Man, right? There's this dude who's dressed as Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And I just run up to him and I'm like, Pete, what are you doing here? Right. And he looks over at me. He goes, seriously, Wade, you're just going to use my name like that? And I was like, well, you just use my name. And he goes, Wade, everybody knows your name. And I was like, yeah, touche, you're right. Right. And, we're just messing around. And then this guy walks up and he's like taking interviews with different cosplayers. So he goes to go interview Spider-Man and he tells me to hold on real quick because he wants to interview me too. Next thing I know, I'm looking forward now, given the mask itself, it's really hard to see out of this mask.
Right.
But I'm standing there waiting for my turn. And next thing I know, somebody walks up to me, puts his arm around me, and then goes.
Who was it? Emilio Estevez, the Mighty Duck Man.
Exactly. And then we started doing the chant.
Like, Emilio!
Ducks. Oh no, quack.
Ducks fly together.
Quack. Yeah. No, anyways, he walks up to me, puts his arm around me, and he starts going, I don't know if you know who I am, but I'm Rob Liefeld. And immediately I look up and I'm like, it's Rob fucking Liefeld. Right?
Explain who Rob Liefeld is.
So Rob Liefeld, well, he says it. He goes, I'm the creator of Deadpool. And I'm doing a cosplay panel at 12:30 on the main stage. And I'd really love it if you came on stage with me. Right? I don't go into shock very often when I meet celebrities.
Yeah.
But the fact that Rob Liefeld walked up to me while I was in Deadpool cosplay,
right,
and told me he loved my costume, just stopped me in my tracks. I didn't know what to do at that point. And, I tell him, yeah. I was like, dude, before you go, can I get a picture? Right. And he's like, hell yeah. And he like poses with me. And I'm just like, this is amazing. Like, of all the things in my lifetime that are like, cool things that I've done and cool things that I've been around, I don't know if it gets cooler than posing as Deadpool with Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, no kidding, man. And there were a ton of Deadpools there.
Yeah.
But he came up to you.
Yeah. So yeah, it was awesome. And then I mean, after that we did a lot of like hijinks and haywire running around the show with me as Deadpool and messing with people.
We took a real life picture of the Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, so we did the Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man meme. Actually, if you look at that actual picture
with like Rob Liefeld's Spider-Man,
Rob Liefeld's in the background going,
"Oh, that's funny." I didn't notice that.
Oh, the Deadpool version.
The Deadpool version when we
Yeah.
did the Deadpool version of the Spider-Man meme, because there was the Spider-Man meme, like all the Spider-Men were standing in front. There was like 7 of them pointing at each other. But then when we recreated it and did the Deadpools pointing at each other, Rob Liefeld's in the back, like. You got to go look at the picture. That picture's actually on our Instagram too. So I mean, like all this coverage, everything we did, all the cool cosplays that we saw, just all the panels that we attended and everything like that. It's all on our Instagram. You guys have to check out our Instagram.
Yeah, go check it out. Go check it out. So, ton of pictures. You were like on the highest of highs.
Yeah,
right off the jump.
Man, I had so much. I was actually planning on taking off that costume like at 10, 11 o'clock. And when Liefeld told me that he wanted me on stage, I was like, well, I'm going to run around as Deadpool for a little while.
You're like, I will never take this off again.
Time to soak in this sweat box for a few more hours.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. No, when I finally got that costume off, it was just, I had like a bucket of sweat.
I felt like you knew something, or you had like a feeling, because it's like you wanted to walk the entire way. You wanted to hang out in the front, like right before the con started on Saturday. I'm like, oh, the lines are short. Let's go get in line right now.
Yeah. And I was like, no, wait, let me go mess with all these people as Deadpool.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, all right.
Especially because like my head got big because I was getting stopped like every 5 seconds to take a picture with somebody. You know, like people were just like, oh my God, I love your Deadpool. I want to take a picture.
But it was like everything was aligning, because if we would have jumped in line, or if we would have, showed up a little bit later, you would have missed Rob.
Yeah.
Or Rob wouldn't have saw you.
Like Liefeld wouldn't have saw me. You know, like and then just messing around. And then again, I had so much fun walking around the con and just saying weird stuff as Deadpool.
Right.
My favorite thing was like every time I would go into a new like kind of like intersection and go mercenary for hire, the amount of people that would just start laughing.
Yeah. It was good.
Because like it's like for like some people, like especially for like the anime groups that don't know much about Deadpool, they're just like, the hell is this guy? He's hella weird. But then for like the comic fans that know Deadpool, to see me walking around going mercenary for hire, it's like, oh my God, that is so funny because it's so Deadpool.
You kept it kayfabe. It was
yeah,
good.
I 100% kayfabe up.
The more you stayed in character, people loved it.
Yeah. I had a blast. Again, if I could have stayed in that costume longer, I would have, but it was just too damn hot to be walking around that costume the whole time.
You could have unzipped the butt.
It's true. And again, the amount of detail that went into that costume, because even if I unzipped the butt, it was still in character because I was wearing Thanos shorts under that.
Right. You could have taken those off too and then just let it all air out.
Yeah, just walk around bare-assed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It would have been good.
I mean, there's plenty of female cosplayers running around with their ass out. I can do the same thing.
Exactly. See,
actually, you know what? I may just wear a banana hammock next time.
I mean,
straight thong. Just all you do is see my button, my hairy ass and thong.
You met Rob Liefeld. I can't really argue with you doing anything cosplay now. Like, all right, well, he was right about Liefeld. So.
Well, I've already figured some things out to like kind of like improve this cosplay, so that way I can kind of upkeep the character a little bit.
No, I don't think
so. Yeah, I mean, I'll be doing that character again in the future.
Gotcha. But it was super awesome. All the cosplay that we saw, all the vendors that we saw. Like I was just thinking back to Friday night, and you and me and Thick and Ray walking around and just seeing all these different vendors. But dude, the artist Sally,
was great.
You guys were going nuts.
Oh, we had so much fun, man.
If Deadpool wasn't a theme this weekend, it would be Golden Girls.
Golden Girls. Oh my God, the amount of Golden Girls merch that we found, because that's always been a problem for me. Anytime that I go to a con, I don't see enough Golden Girls merch.
We got a whole booth almost.
Yeah, and I make suggestions to a lot of artists, like, you should do Golden Girls. I'm like, oh my God, that's genius. I should do Golden Girls. And it's kind of like the amount of artists that I talk to that are like agree that they should do Golden Girls, and I just never see them at cons. This time, like, we kind of like we saw a lot of places that had Golden Girls merch, but specifically, what were they called? Hunties,
yeah,
Hunties was just nothing but Golden Girls merch, and I was so excited about it.
Yeah, bags and shirts, and keychains and posters and everything. Yeah, it was great.
You know, like, so I bought 2 shirts off of them, one for me, one for Jack, and the one I bought for myself is mostly for the cosplay.
Right.
But then also they gave me a bag with it. So I have like a Golden Girls tote
Right.
bag that was pretty awesome. Then also, there was a across from Project Wish, because we were there supporting Project Wish for the most part. Across from Project Wish, they had a loot box,
The mystery boxes.
like vendor.
Yeah. So there were all kinds of different themes, Star Wars,
Yeah.
and Nintendo.
And they had a Golden Girls one. So I got Jackie a Golden Girls one, and it was buy one, get one free at the moment. So I got myself a Star Wars one.
There you go.
Which I'm probably going to open on stream. So, I mean, not tonight, but I'm probably going to open it on stream. So that way we can go through it on stream.
I like it. That's fun. Yeah. I think all the vendors were talking to each other.
Yeah.
And they were talking about your love for Golden Girls because we were literally walking down an aisle and one of the vendors leans out and goes, "Hey, I got Golden Girls stuff." And you're like, "Yes, I'll buy it."
Okay. So the one that threw me off the most, I guess the artist that does oblongs,
right,
was there, right? And me and Aaron walk up to to his table, and we're just like talking to each other. And like, "Oh, dude, this is like the oblongs. This is cool." And he goes, "Oh, you want to see something cool?" Out of nowhere, busts out a Golden Girls oblong picture.
You're darn right, he did.
Did I put it in here? No, it's probably still outside.
Yeah,
But like, yeah, he busts out this Golden Girls oblongs picture, and I was like, "The hell? How did you know?"
Yeah, out of nowhere.
So I bought it immediately, and Aaron goes, "Do you have another one?" He goes, "Of course I have another one." Another one out for Aaron. I was like, "This is amazing."
Right.
You guys are nuts on the Golden Girls.
It happens.
Again, Jackie got me into the Golden Girls tough, right? Because I had never watched it before Jackie. I knew that like Deadpool had an obsession with B. Arthur and all this other stuff, but I mean,
who doesn't have an obsession with B. Arthur?
No, I just never had the time because it's one of those shows where it went on for so long and was like, I have to sit down and watch it. And it's Jackie's go to sleep show. So where she would put it on to go to sleep to, I would just sit there and watch it. Right. And I have developed a unhealthy obsession with Golden Girls too.
It holds up so well. Most of the jokes hold up so well. And it was written really well.
Really was. If you can't see it, that's all Golden Girls right there. All that stuff
Funko
right
Pops?
there. I have Golden Girls Funko Pops. I have a Golden Girls Deadpool picture right there. James got Jackie a Golden Girls game.
The Funkoverse game.
So that's all right there. And then I have a whole bunch of other like Golden Girls merch that just can't fit on that thing right now.
Dude, the Golden Girls thing was infectious. Like by Saturday afternoon, like Ray and Angel were buying Golden Girls stuff.
Well, Angel has an obsession with Golden Girls too.
Yeah.
Now, what's funny is outside of all that too, later on in the day, we would run into people who would say like I would bring things up and they would say, "Oh yeah, no, I heard there's a Deadpool dressed as a unicorn running around right now." I was like, "Yeah, he's not running around anymore because it's me."
Yeah,
right. And just the amount of vendors that I walked up to that would mention that, when I told them that I either like Deadpool a lot or I was looking for Golden Girl stuff, they would bring up like, "Oh yeah, there's a Deadpool as a unicorn somewhere," and I'm just like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm Unipool. I took the costume off already."
So because when we were at we were at the creator booth and we saw the guy, he does this comic called Lightning Strike.
Oh yeah,
it was really cool. You bought a couple of his comics, and I followed him when we were there. I followed his Instagram, and then I saw. Hold on.
Oh, I didn't get his name.
I saw and now I'm following on Instagram. And today I was looking through, I was scrolling through. I'm like, oh, he posted some stuff. And then I scroll through, and then there's a video of me and Phil going, "Lightning strike, lightning strike, lightning strike."
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I reposted that on our Instagram story.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he posted the video of me and Aaron saying lightning strike 3 times.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did so well, like meeting all the artists and creators and whatnot.
Yeah, and I hope Marcus comes on the show, man. Like, I mean, I'm gonna invite him on the show. Same thing. There was a couple of different artists that we met that I am excited.
Yeah,
to invite on the show.
I was excited to see all the artists. I'm not like I'm not into the whole cosplay community, and I know there are some people that got a little starstruck when
From
we
the
met
guy
some
with
cosplayers.
ears on right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
And
please do.
yeah, but that whole community, like that whole thing, like the cosplay and the cosplay fans is like is really new to me, and I'm not big into it, but it's interesting to see like the fans of cosplayers.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, it's like a whole different sub genre of nerd in this
Right.
community, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's interesting. It was interesting to see.
I mean, like I know a couple of like celebrity cosplayers, like as far as like ones that I can recognize. One of them was there, Ivy Doom Kitty.
Mhm.
But like seeing Ray and how he was following like a bunch of cosplayers, and there were a couple celebrity cosplayers that were at LACC but weren't like didn't have booths. So he was like literally looking for these celebrity cosplayers to get pictures with them.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, wow, he follows them like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was dope because I mean, you know, there are like hardcore celebrity cosplayers like that. There are people who make their living just doing nothing but cosplay.
Right. Right.
You know, and I think that's such a cool thing to be able to just go to, like, you live your life going to cons, creating costumes and getting paid to do that.
Yeah, you know, you got you were a little starstruck when you saw Rob Liefeld, but then
With Rob Liefeld, I was probably less starstruck when I met Rob Liefeld than I was when I met Ivy Doom Kitty.
yeah, Ivy Doom Kitty had a booth right there on like,
You're like, I don't want to go right now.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, do you want to say hi? She's right there. You're
No,
like,
I don't want to say hi.
But see, again, part of it was also because
I'm not
the
ready.
thing-
No.
The thing with Ivy Doom Kitty was I didn't want to come off as like a fanboy because she talks about it like candidly on her Instagram that she has stalkers.
I'm gonna spoiler alert you, but everybody that goes up to her is a fanboy. Everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, I the other thing too being like, you know, and you know, spoiler alert, I invited her on the show, and she seems like she wants to come on.
Like to your house kind of thing?
No.
Okay.
I invited her to come on the
I don't know.
live stream.
I don't know.
But I mean, like, you know, like I legitimately, you know, I want to interview more cosplayers because again, like this whole conversation we're having right now, how interesting it is to be a cosplayer and make your living cosplaying. She's the perfect example of that because she's probably one of the more famous cosplayers that are out there.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like Ivy Doom Kitty is like a really good person to come on stream to talk about that type of lifestyle and how you get along, you know, being a cosplayer for a living.
I'm sure there's a ton of creepers out there,
Yeah.
you know, to be, you know, leery of.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sure there's tens of hundreds or thousands more of just fans that appreciate who she is, what she does.
Yeah.
You know, like we're talking about fans of cosplayers. So whether it's male or female. So, you know, go say hi. Go say hi to your favorite cosplayers.
Or how about that Namor cosplayer? I thought it was Aquaman. But then when I saw his Instagram, he's actually Namor.
Right.
But it's like, how about that Namor the Submariner?
Oh, me and James saw an Aquaman. We saw a sexy Aquaman with
No,
no
that's what I'm
clothes
talking
on.
about. So when I looked up his Instagram, he's actually not Aquaman. He's Namor the Submariner.
Interesting.
Right. But still, the dude is ripped.
Yeah.
You know, and he just basically, his cosplay is walking around with his abs out. So it's like, hey, let everybody look at my abs. They are deliciously perfect.
Yeah. He's not eating cookies before the show.
Oh, he definitely isn't eating cookies before the show.
I mean, his butt wasn't too bad either. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He does a lot of squats.
I could tell it was Namor by his ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not Aquaman. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Namor has a better ass than Aquaman.
Yeah. He's more twinkish.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But anyway. No, it was good. It was so much fun. I'm trying to think. All the panels were like super fun.
Giancarlo Esposito was awesome.
Yeah, I was
great.
Yeah, I was telling Mariah we were at the Star Wars, the Mandalorian panel with Giancarlo Esposito and what's her face? Thank you. And I was like, that was a lot of people. And then the next panel was My Hero Academia, which I don't know. I know it's the anime, but I don't know much about it. And that one got even more of a crowd.
Yeah, 90% of the cosplays you didn't recognize at that show were from My Hero Academia.
Well, let's set the stage, so to speak, because the main stage was on the exhibit floor.
Yeah.
Which usually, most cons have it separated, but the main stage was on the exhibit floor, kind of set to the side, but in the middle.
Yeah.
So every time there was like a big panel, it felt like a concert.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it was just people kind of pushing towards the stage.
Yeah.
Slowly, like weaving in and out of each other, and then all of a sudden it was just like, oh my god, here's Giancarlo Esposito, and everybody goes crazy.
Yeah. And then the John Leguizamo one was really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw, but John Leguizamo and Rob Liefeld took a picture together.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah. So and it was Rob Liefeld just basically talking about his new comic and how awesome his new comic is.
Nice.
Right. And it's like, okay, so now we have Rob Liefeld, the guy who created one of my all-time favorite characters, plus other characters that I completely love. Like he created Cable, he created Domino, he created Prophet. I mean, it's like a lot of the characters that are out there that I just completely love. Rob Liefeld created, right? But then you take a step further, you have John Leguizamo, who's a dude who seriously pushes the boundaries of where my culture can be, like it within all that. And then on top of that is a dude who's a deeply just crazy nerd that a lot of people don't realize. Like he played clown in Spawn, man.
Yeah.
And and just like all the nerdy things that he's done. Actually, if you go back and watch that movie The Pest, it like really shows how much of a nerd he is.
Right.
So it's like I love that John Leguizamo, especially writing a comic is like, it's pretty awesome.
And yes, we saw so many Squid Game cosplay.
Oh yeah.
And we were right next to the booth with dancing Squid Game girls.
Yeah.
And guys, but
yeah,
mostly girls.
Mostly girls.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I got sucked up into it. I the first day, the very first thing I did was like I'm not gonna buy anything. Maybe if I find like a Funko Pop I like, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, no.
Other than that, I'm not buying anything. I don't
First
need anything.
thing you buy.
I just blacked out. Next thing you know, I have a
just
purchased Squid Game mask in my hand.
Yeah.
And I look at Aaron and he has one too. I'm like,
nope, I did not have one.
Go.
I didn't buy one.
I bought one.
Ray bought one. Ray bought one and you bought one.
That's right. I don't know why I bought it, but I bought it.
Well, now you can walk around as a Squid Game guy.
Exactly. Maybe you should go as Squid Game Deadpool. You can put the.
So that's what the dude was. One of the guys on stage. Was he got the not this, it was the main guy's mask. The like actual face thing.
Right.
Oh, okay, got it.
And he painted it as Deadpool, and I didn't realize until after I went back and watched the video again that that's what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be the guy from Squid Game, but as Deadpool.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
So many people were at this con.
Yeah. Oh my God, the amount of people at this con were ridiculous, man. Like I was not expecting it to be this.
Did you talk about the comedy show on Friday yet?
No, we haven't yet.
Was that Friday or Saturday?
That was on Friday.
It was Friday. And I thought it was like, so there's a few people that I knew, a few people I didn't know. Adam Ray, I posted Adam Ray's set and Trevor Wallace's set on the Facebook page. And I think it was funny, in the same couple days, Adam Ray was at our Comic-Con doing stand-up, and then he did a podcast, and it was him and Sandra Bullock. I'm like, what? So weird. And it was actually really interesting. His podcast with Sandra Bullock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was good.
That's pretty funny.
I'm going to have to check that out. That sounds actually pretty cool. Yeah, but all the comedians were super strong.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
The first 7.
The gay one in the Green Lantern costume was great.
Oh, he was hella
He was
funny.
great. I actually saw him the next day.
I saw him running around the con a few times.
I went up to him and I was like, hey man, that set was amazing. He's like, oh my God, thank you so much for saying that. And he was like super nice about it.
Yeah, no, he was super funny.
Yeah.
What was his name?
God, I can't remember his name. Something, was it King? Something King? No, I
No.
don't remember.
Yeah, no, he was stupid funny.
Super good though. Super good.
There was one, I'm forgetting her name, but she was actually probably one of the more famous comedians, and she was bombing hard. But it was just because the material that she was putting up was just, it wasn't the right place.
So fun fact, right before we went to the comedy panel, young Phil let us know that he's never been to a comedy show.
Oh yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. And I heckled.
And he heckled.
I heckled, but it was more so because she was asking me a question.
You're just the worst.
No, like she seriously asked me a question. Am I not supposed to answer a question when she asked me? Because she asked me specifically.
Yeah.
Right. And then she started talking about how, oh yeah, well, that's not going to get you laid.
Right.
And it was just like, at that point, it's like, oh, so you're just going to talk shit to me and I'm supposed to say nothing? And I get it. She's trying to get that rise, and she's thinking that she's going to clown on me and be funny.
Right.
And the host was really good. I don't
yeah.
remember the host's name, but he was in the
The
robe
robe.
and the bath towel.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, it wasn't me that made like the killing joke. It was that autistic kid that was standing next to me that just clowned on her.
Boy, you know what gets me the most uncomfortable and fidgety is, look, I'll say it because I don't care, is the autistic kids at Comic Cons. They're just super great. They just make me feel real weird inside. And I don't know how to interact.
Because it's a positive outlet for them, though, and that's the whole thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I got stuck in a conversation for like an hour and a half at a Comic-Con, and it was rough.
That it was the kid that was dressed like Gengar.
Yes.
From Pokemon.
Oh,
Pokemon.
Yeah.
He was just
all in purple.
He was talking so much shit to her.
Yeah.
But like, I mean,
okay, so that's the thing.
But it's like you go to a Comic-Con and you're a comedian at a Comic-Con and you start talking about how lame nerds are.
Right. Okay.
And you start talking about how, like, oh yeah, well, you know what makes you lame is you want to wear a Superman shirt. And I'm like, this is the wrong place to be making fun of nerds. Like,
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing is some comedians did that and they did it good. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell some of them did some research on like comic characters and different things to kind of prepare. And then there was some of them, like the girl that was just like, you know what? All you guys are nerds and are stupid, basically. Yeah. And I'm like, there's a different way to do, like, there's other people that did this right.
Right. And that's
it was
the thing,
fun.
is that, because the thing is a lot of those people who are making fun of nerds also related to us and started talking about how nerdy they were.
Right.
So the thing is that, like, if it's like I'm a nerd and I'm going to make fun of nerds, that's fine. But when you're somebody who is clearly elitist and is not into anything nerdy, and you just took the set because it was a set, and you start making fun of nerds and you clearly are not a nerd, that's just not. Yeah. That's not cool, dude.
What I noticed about her is she didn't really have jokes ready. Like, she didn't have a set, so she was gonna work some stuff out.
And I think that's what it was. I think it was more so she didn't care if she bombed. She was trying new material.
And she was gonna do some crowd work.
Yeah.
Except this was a very specific crowd that definitely wasn't her crowd.
Right. And then she tried to clown on me and I clowned on her back. So it was just kind of like, it's kind of like you're not very good at your job. I wanted to say that, but I didn't.
Yeah. What up, G? How's it going, buddy? Long time no hear from. Hope
so,
you're
dude,
doing well.
we're almost an hour in.
Hold on. Jester G, what's up, buddy? So we were talking about LA Comic Con. We were talking about comedians and cosplayers and comic book artists. There were also some wrestlers there.
A crap ton of wrestlers.
Oh yeah, brother.
And a ton of vendors. Had amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. So I saw
like just of all the people there, though, like, if we're going to talk, especially because he's mostly WWE.
Yeah. I'm only talking to Garland right now.
I'm just saying.
What's up, buddy?
I'm just saying Valentine was there.
Yeah. Greg the Hammer Valentine was there selling autographs.
Mm-hmm.
We met, actually, I got to reach out to her again. We met somebody from Glow.
Mm-hmm.
The original.
Yeah.
The original Glow.
Not the Netflix show, but
that had big
wrestler.
gripes about not being in the show.
Yeah.
Woo, she was
so
happy with it.
We might get her on the show to talk to us about that, which would be interesting. Who else was Heath Slater, former WWE star, was there?
Heath Slater was there?
Yeah, he was by something else. Heath Miller?
How did I miss that?
Yeah, he was kind of over by where like all the horror vendors were.
He has kids.
He has kids. Maybe his kids were there.
They could have been.
Yeah. So he was there. Jay White from New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Mhm.
New Japan had a booth there, and Jay White was signing, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Bullet
New
Club
Japan had a lot.
got me an official Bullet Club shirt. I saw Danny Limelight, also from New Japan, was there. That was great.
Danny Limelight's picture is the best.
Yes. So
You
I
guys,
got, go
sorry, I'm gonna have to bounce out. I'm sorry, guys. I'm glad I could stop by.
No, yeah.
But yeah, a little hectic in here. So I'll see you guys later. Sorry.
Yeah, all good, bro.
All right. Bye, guys. Bye,
yeah.
everybody.
Man.
But it was cool. Like Danny Limelight from New Japan was there. Super cool. Totally laid back. He's a big nerd himself.
Yeah.
Like he has a tattoo over his heart. So his picture is him fighting John Moxley.
Yeah.
And you see Danny Limelight's chest, and he has a tattoo over his heart that says, "I am Groot."
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, but I mean, like the fact that the picture he was giving out with his autograph,
Yeah,
was him kneeing John Moxley in the face.
yeah, that was great.
Oh, I thought that was great, man.
It was so cool, so cool. Yeah, so New Japan was there. Some good wrestling collectible vendors were there. It was great.
Yeah.
And then I talked to a bunch of cool wrestling fans. Like we haven't even talked about Project Wish yet, but in Sid Croft, but there was a fan of Sid Croft who happened to be a big time wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
We were waiting for Sid Croft for like 40 minutes, right? After his panel.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Fernando, shout out to Fernando, we sat there and just chopped it up with wrestling talk for like 40 minutes. It was great.
Yeah.
I almost invited him to our little wrestling chat because I'm like, dude, this is great. You have so many good points. I should have.
You should have.
I should have. But anyway, yeah, it was good. Wrestling fans.
Fernando, if you're watching this,
yeah,
hit us up so we can add you to the wrestling chat.
Exactly. Dude, we haven't even talked about like Project Wish. So shout out to Project Wish Upon a Star.
Yeah.
Who they invited us down. We ended up getting press passes, but they invited us down. We ended up helping out at the booth.
Mm-hmm.
It was an amazing con for them.
Yeah.
They had a brand new Project Hero. So their Project Hero program is they take a young child who typically has special needs or a cancer patient.
Yeah, usually terminal illness of some kind.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And they give them the kind of VIP once in a lifetime Comic-Con experience. So they took Rachel around the con, all kinds of different vendors. She got all kinds of cool stuff, autographs, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the coolest one.
Yeah, behind the scenes stuff. So she met a lot of people, had a really good time, and I think she's a little anxious when it comes to crowds and whatnot.
Yeah.
But she was having such a good time that she just stuck around the entire time. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. She was there like the entire time.
Yeah. Her tailor-made custom costume was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out to Noel Cosplay for kind of hooking that up.
Oh, was that Noel that set that up?
Yeah, Noel's guy ended up making the costume.
Nice.
The Black Widow costume.
Nice.
So yeah, she was super happy about that.
Yeah, no, she killed it in that costume. Like she legitimately looked badass.
Yeah. So Project Wish was taking her around, having a good time. Project Wish was super busy. They had Star the Cow there. Star the Cow is their mascot.
Yeah, their mascot.
Huge, like 6 foot long,
a life-size cow statue.
Life-size statue of a cow that people are signing.
Yeah, now they've been getting it signed for years. Like Stan Lee signed it. A couple celebrities at the con signed it. So like Benedict Wong signed it.
Mm-hmm.
John Barrowman signed it.
Mm-hmm.
The one that is probably the biggest.
Yeah.
Right on the udder, like in the taint area.
Yeah.
Zachary Levi.
Yeah.
Right. Now, not only, and I have to bring up Zachary Levi because shout out to Zachary Levi. He's never going to watch our show, but I mean, shout out to Zachary Levi. He set time aside while he was signing autographs to meet up with Rachel. And I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he's making money.
Yeah.
Hand over fist for these autographs and whatnot and pictures and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he stopped it just so he can come talk to Rachel and Project Wish Upon a Star.
Yeah. Now his handler kind of like, shunned us. And she was like, hey, no taking pictures. Don't take pictures. And I ended up still getting a crap ton of pictures. But I mean, like he literally, like he stops this signing that he's doing and then walks over, sits on the ground and just starts talking to her.
Right.
And it's just like nothing official. He's got nothing to talk about. They just start talking. Right. And they start talking about science. And he notices that her jacket has a NASA patch on it, which was given to her by an astronaut.
Right.
And he starts talking about like science, and he starts talking about evolution, and they start having this conversation, this really engaging conversation. And it was so awesome. Now, funny enough, me and James got in trouble for taking pictures and videos because they were like, oh yeah, we're not paying for it, so you can't take pictures. And as he's getting up, he goes, you guys want to take a picture?
Yeah. We're like, yeah.
Yeah, and you can just see the frustration on his handler's face because she just walks away because he's just like, nope, take a picture, because she's a freaking cancer patient, dude. Like, I get it. Your job is to make sure that he's making money, but at the same time, like, he's doing a charity, man. Like, let him do what he does.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
And she was just doing her job.
She was. Yeah, and that's why we didn't get mad that she did what she did, because I understand she's working. This is her job, is to keep him doing what he's supposed to be doing. But like, yeah, no, she obviously he obviously frustrates her, because you could tell he does what he wants, and she's more like, well, you need to do this, and he's like, yeah, cool, I'll get to it.
Yeah.
But he was like super cool, man, like just the coolest dude ever. The way that he interacted with her gave me more respect for him. Because it shows me that he's not like putting on an act when he seems like he's super cool. Like, he's actually that cool.
Yeah. So laid back.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, like,
and the music was playing. He was keeping everybody excited because there was long lines.
Yeah.
Long lines. But he was giving everybody like their chunk of time and attention span. It was great. And so everybody was getting hyped.
Yeah, I love that he actually introduced himself to every fan that walked up.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a, hey, yeah, how you doing? Like, people will walk up and like, hi. He goes, oh, what's up, man? I'm Zach. You know, and just like he like, he's Zachary Levi, right? But he's going like, yo, what's up, man? I'm Zach.
Yeah.
How you doing? How's your night going? How you like the con? Right. And he's like being interactive with every fan. And that is something that's something that people will remember. Right. Well, they'll remember that I met Zachary Levi. He introduced himself, and he actually had an engaging conversation with me, even though it was only like 10 seconds.
I'm gonna remember Zachary Levi because we sang together.
Yeah.
In between autographs, people walking back and forth.
Yeah.
He would just start dancing, singing songs, and then like whenever there'd be like a song everybody should know, he would stop in the middle of signing and just let's everybody sing.
Yeah.
You got what I need.
I thought it was funny that when that song started,
funny.
like the music started, he goes, oh, you guys are all too young for this. Nobody here is going to know this one. And then we all start singing it, and he just started laughing.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good times.
Yeah. Like he's legitimately probably one of the cooler people I've seen.
One of the nicest guys in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So speaking of Hollywood, when we weren't hanging out with Zachary Levi or Michael Rosenbaum or Benedict Wong in the green room.
Actually, Michael Rosenbaum was probably the most laid back conversation that I had.
Yeah.
With anybody there, because he was talking about how much he loves the Rangers.
Yeah. He was very, very just chilling on the floor.
Yeah. By the way, yes, people, we met Lex Luthor.
Yes.
I saw Benedict Wong, but I didn't actually get to talk.
I had to verify it. I'm like, I don't know if that was
it was him.
And then I went back and looked and I'm like, that's him.
It was him. Tim was like, hey, don't bother him in the green room.
Yeah.
That's why like the conversation with Michael Rosenbaum wasn't oh dude, you're Michael Rosenbaum. Did you like that? Like, we didn't do anything like that. It was literally just having a conversation because he was there.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh dude, what are you watching? He's like, oh, I'm checking out the Rangers game. Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's why I had to go back and look at Benedict Wong, because I'm like, we just walked like a foot away from him, and we none of us noticed it.
I noticed it was him, and I walked up to Tim. I was like, is that Benedict Wong?
Oh, I didn't notice it.
And he was like, yeah. And when you turned around and started walking towards him, Tim was like, no, don't approach him.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything. Bunch of amateurs.
We
Think
just
I'm
gotta
gonna
make
say
sure
something.
in the green room.
No, that's why I walked back over to Darren at the table just to be like, okay, what are we doing? Yes, okay. And then I looked back and like, oh, that is Benedict Wong.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But we haven't even got to Project Wish, and they had Hollywood royalty
Oh yeah.
at their booth all weekend long with
Sid Croft, who was way funnier than I was expecting him to be. So you had to go and handle the booth,
right.
but me and Aaron went up and like, you know, video recorded the whole thing, and I got a bunch of pictures and everything.
Oh, his panel?
His panel.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, he's so funny.
Mm.
He was making jokes about like if he didn't make children's TV, he'd be making porn.
Okay, he's 92. He can do whatever he wants now.
He was super funny though.
Not that he needs to do porn, but I'm just saying he can say or do whatever he wants because he's 92.
But then like he kept you know he understands comedy because he kept doing callbacks to the porn joke.
Oh.
Right? So like the porn joke was like at the beginning of the panel, and then like halfway through he makes like another porn joke, and it was like super funny.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude, he's 92 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and he was there the entire con, all 3 days signing. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And the whole booth. So Project Wish Upon a Star was founded by Stan Lee.
Right.
And Stan Lee helped create LA Comic Con. It was actually a different name before it became LA Comic Con.
Yeah.
But he carries that history. So Stan Lee is very important to Project Wish and very important to LA Comic Con.
Right.
Project Wish always has like a huge, incredible booth every year at LA Comic Con. And this booth was all dedicated to Sid Croft and his like work, his like life's work of these various TV shows. And if you don't know Sid and Marty Croft, they created a bunch of different shows like mid 70s. I kind of want to say psychedelic, but like sci-fi shows and just kind of fantasy shows just out there, right? So like Land of the Lost. They created Land of the Lost. They created HR Puffin stuff.
Yeah.
They've created variety shows with like the Brady Bunch kids on it. So they've done so many things. And so he's kind of like this Stan Lee of like this mid 70s TV culture.
Right.
So it's like if you don't know who Sid Croft was, you're like, oh, it's okay. So it's somebody signing. I see it. Okay, great. But if you know his work, and a lot of people walking by ended up like, oh my God, is that Sid Croft?
Right.
And people were just going nuts.
Yeah. I mean, even like someone like me, right? Like I grew up watching more reruns of his shows, right? So like Land of the Lost and HR Puffin stuff and things like that. Like those are shows that I grew up watching, right? And it's like, even if you don't know who Sid Croft is, you know his work, you know his legacy. He's one of those guys, right? He's one of those dudes where like, if you don't know who he is, you know the work. And that's where it's enough to be excited for.
Right.
You know, yeah, it was awesome seeing him. It's awesome seeing how vibrant he still is.
Right. Right.
You know, and just the love for the things that he does, his love for his fans.
Yeah.
You know, it's Sid was awesome, man. Yeah.
I keep thinking about it. I'm like, in a weird way, it's like if you're super into that niche, he was very much like the Stan Lee of that niche, or like the Gene Roddenberry of that niche, you know, like that.
Well, him and Jim Henson.
Yeah.
I mean, like, them and Jim Henson, because it was Sid and Marty.
Yeah, Sid and Marty Croft.
Like Sid and Marty Croft and Jim Henson were basically like when you get into that arena of just kind of very, not really psychedelic is not the word I'm looking for, but very like innovative. Yeah. Like puppetry.
Yes.
You know, like it was them that were really the ones that kind of paved that way for those kind of things.
Yeah, it was really cool. They even had stars from Land of the Lost.
Oh yeah,
signing at the booth too. So I mean,
minus Wesley Ewer, which shout out to Wesley Ewer, dude. That guy. I would have loved to see him again. I haven't seen him since WonderCon 2019.
Yeah, so it's been a couple of years.
Yeah, but I mean, he is a seriously funny guy.
But we had the other two kids there, Phil and Kathy.
And Kathy.
So
yeah.
AKA Holly and Chaka
Right.
from Land of the Lost were there. That was awesome.
Right.
Signing. People were going nuts. It's like they stopped. People would walk by because I was there at the booth.
And then we had a slee stack there too.
And we had a sleeve stack. So people would walk by and they're like, oh my God, is that the Land of the Lost kids? And they're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I remember somebody was I don't it was somebody you were talking to. And you were telling them about like, oh yeah, Kathleen's here. And then like, oh my God, she's here. And it was like, yeah. And you remember Chaka? And they're like, Chaka, the little hairy dude? Yeah, he's here too. And like, oh my God, that's Chaka? Like, it's just how excited people would be getting.
And they're like, is he still short? I'm like, he's an adult now.
Yeah, I mean, he was a child when he played the character.
I know, right? I'm like, I'm short. I could play Chaka. Let's do it. But I'm like, oh, by the way, there's Sid Croft as well.
Right.
It's like going crazy and be like, oh my God, there's Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher. And like, oh, by the way, that's George Lucas right there.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that.
It's exactly what it was.
So it was really cool seeing everybody nerd out over Sid Croft.
Yeah.
And everything. So dude, it was great.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a Funko Pop. Man, I should have done it.
Yeah. I mean, he had a couple of his characters there.
There
was a booth that was supplying him with pops.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. There was a booth that I guess they had a whole bunch of just pops from various shows that he had, and they had like a box of like different pops with all his pops, and they started bringing them over for him to sign and sell.
Oh, got it. I saw a like commemorative slee stack. It was like $100 at the booths. I should have bought that and had him sign that.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I didn't. But I should have. But I didn't.
Yeah. So what are we? Hour and 15 minutes in, and we still haven't started the download.
Oh, there's news?
Yeah.
You got news?
We've got news. So real quick.
For the download.
So we spent this entire time talking about our amazing time at LA Comic-Con. But we do have a little bit of news this week. So I mean, let's go ahead and bring up what we've got this week.
Yeah. And don't forget, Facebook group, the Distance Nerdington Post. Go check out the trailers. So there's a couple of trailers that came out. So make sure you go check those out. And they're all there in the Distance Nerdington Post. Even though we were busy all weekend, we tried to make sure to post things. I think Thick did it. The new it's not Into the Spider-Verse. The new Spider-Man animated trailer.
Oh, Across the Spider-Verse.
Thank you. Across the Spider-Verse. So there's a new trailer, and they called it part 1.
So they said that they're going to be splitting up the next movie into 2 movies.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's out there, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
If you're into Spider-Man, it's getting deep cut. It's going Spider-Man 2099 and whatnot. Anyway, It's all there. Distance Nerdington Post Facebook group. Go get it. But anyway, back to the news, because it's almost time to take the red pill. We got a teaser.
Yeah.
For the Matrix Awakens. So not Matrix Resurrections, but Matrix Awakens.
Right.
An Unreal Engine 5 experience.
Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to watch this. I just saw this morning, but I've been meaning to go and download it because it is supposed to be on Xbox Series X.
Yeah,
correct? Yeah. So I gotta check it out.
So this is a interactive tech demo being released on PlayStation 5, Xbox. I guess all the different Xbox,
Series X and S.
Yeah. So explain to me what Unreal Engine is. Right, it's a gaming.
So gaming engines basically are kind of like how you build environments in games. So like the Unreal Engine is probably one of the more popular ones. It tends to run in the background of almost every game. It's kind of like it's like the base code that you build your world on, right? And most open world games use the Unreal Engine.
Got it.
All right. Unreal, it's called the Unreal Engine because originally back in the day there was a game called Unreal Tournament,
right?
And the engine that they built that engine from scratch. That's the engine that kind of every game now piggybacks on.
Got it.
And now they're up to the 5th version of the engine.
And that was like a first-person shooter type thing, like
Yeah.
an arena type thing.
Right. It was
I
one of
remember
the
that.
first like arena shooters. It's
Yeah.
actually the game that the more popular Counter-Strike,
Mhm.
that Counter-Strike is built on. It's built on the Unreal Engine. It was the first game built on the Unreal Engine. It's actually Counter-Strike's actually made by the same company.
Got it. That
Mhm.
makes sense. That makes sense. So, like, okay, so we're getting a Matrix game,
Right.
but I think peeling back the layers, there's a little bit more to it because they tried this before,
Right.
like with a Matrix game. Trying to think of the name of it.
Enter the Matrix.
Enter the Matrix. There
Mhm.
it is. For like PlayStation 2
Yeah,
back
it was
in the
on
day.
PS2, Xbox, the original Xbox, and then on the GameCube.
Yeah, and it tied into like I think it got released before before Matrix Reloaded,
Right.
but it tied into the whole Matrix universe. So
Yeah,
like
because
little bits of the game.
you played as what's her name? It's Jada Pinkett's character.
I can't think of her name right now.
But you played as her character, and it was basically the events leading up to Matrix
Mhm.
Reloaded.
But it was all like canon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like live action sequences.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Animatrix. The Animatrix was also
Yes, there you
canon
go.
that was supposed to be stuff in between the movies.
Yeah. So you can go get some of the new Matrix stuff right now from Matrix Awakens.
Yeah, because the Matrix was probably one of the first franchises that tried to play with like cross genre stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like, here's a game that ties into the movies, that ties into the comic books, that ties into this cartoon.
Right.
Like they were the first ones to do all that.
Right.
So like
and get deep into it.
Oh yeah, they did these pretty hardcore crossovers.
Mhm.
Like Star Wars is doing that now.
Now they are. Yeah.
Like where Star Wars has these games that tie into the actual Star Wars universe.
Mhm.
But Matrix was the first ones to do that.
I know. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I think you can you can download the Matrix Awakens, I think right now.
Okay.
And go check out some of the, I don't know if it's just movies or clips, or I don't know if you can actually play it, but
I'm gonna download it right now.
Look at you go. From your phone?
Yep. That's what's dope about the Xbox is you can pretty much I can say download and it'll turn on my Xbox and download it for me.
Wow.
It's pretty badass.
That's next level right there.
Yeah, watch, it's gonna turn the music off.
I thought it was cool that I could control my thermostat from my phone. Shout out to Young Phil for hooking that up. But you're downloading from your Xbox.
What's it
That's
called?
awesome.
It's called Matrix
Awakens. An Unreal Engine 5 experience.
Right there, the Matrix Awakens, an Unreal 5 experience. See, watch, I'll show you guys real quick, right? So I'm opening that up. And see right there, it says download the console.
Uh-huh.
Can you see that on screen? Because I can't.
Oh, you want me to go look at the screen? I was just looking at it. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, you
go
can
ahead.
see that, right? So I can tap that right there and then tell it to download it on my Xbox, install to this console, and now it's downloading the game on my Xbox.
You're so fancy.
It's pretty badass.
You're so fancy.
Game sold separately, ISP fees may. Okay.
Speaking of fancy,
yeah.
Get the distance nerding jet ready because we're going to Egypt. What? Huh? I know. Weird segue, but
yeah, kind of. Yeah,
that's what we got to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Falcon and Winter Soldier director Kari Skogland, is back in the director's chair for an upcoming Paramount movie, Cleopatra, starring Gal Gadot.
Who else was supposed to be in this? There was supposed to be somebody else attached.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, okay, whatever, that's great. So she's in a new movie. Falcon and Winter Soldier director, great. It was supposed to be Patty Jenkins that was supposed to direct it.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, Patty Jenkins was supposed to do Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
But she cited like, conflicts in, projects. Cleopatra with Gal Gadot is one of the movies that I signed up for, so we're gonna have to pause Rogue Squadron, right?
Yeah, but then now she's not doing Cleopatra.
Exactly. So there's some tea being spilled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something going on behind the scenes, and we talked about this. That like, why do Star Wars directors keep getting announced and then leaving?
Right.
So I don't know. And she said it was because of project conflicts, and she cited, Cleopatra, but now she's not attached to Cleopatra. Does that mean we're getting Rogue One from Patty Jenkins?
Rogue Squadron.
Rogue Squadron?
I don't know. It sounds like there's trouble in paradise.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a weird one. That's as soon as I saw this, I'm like, something's going on here.
Yeah.
So I think it's either going to be good for Rogue Squadron or bad for Rogue Squadron, meaning she's not going to be in Cleopatra, so she's going to be able to do Rogue Squadron sooner than expected, or she's not going to be doing Rogue Squadron at all.
Yeah.
And hoping nobody notices, even though we're noticing.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm wondering what's happening with Patty Jenkins, if there's any issues with Patty Jenkins in general.
I don't know.
Because that's 2 films now that she's not attached to.
Yeah.
And that worries me because she's a good director.
Mm-hmm. But I guess she's still going to be producing it.
So something I've learned about Hollywood is a lot of times when you're kicked off a project, you're still attached as a producer.
Oh yeah.
So
because you're still getting some kind of credit,
right?
Because maybe you're a part of, say, the writing room or ideas or something like that.
So that's why DC wants to change all of their stuff, is because almost everything that they're doing came from some type of writing floor that Zack Snyder was a part of.
Yeah.
And that's why Zack Snyder is a producer on almost every DC movie.
Oh.
Right? Because they're all characters that came from his movies.
Oh,
and that's why DC has been trying to disassociate themselves with Zack Snyder. So that way they can kind of get him off as a producer. It's like he was talking about it in the stream that, yeah, when you get fired from something because you put work into it or because it's something that came out of your head, you still get put on as a producer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in a way, it's good. That must be from some kind of writer's room type thing, or the Screen Actors Guild, where you still get credit because you were part of the creative process. So in a way, it's good. In a way, it's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see what happens with Rogue Squadron. I hope it still happens, whether it's Patty Jenkins or not. But no date when Cleopatra will walk like an Egyptian into theaters. Huh? I brought it back.
Walk like an Egyptian.
All right. Who's hangry? I'm hangry.
I'm hangry.
Is it time to eat Mrs. Chen?
No, you can't eat Mrs. Chen.
I still haven't seen that. Okay. Spider-Man producer Amy Pascal.
I will eat Mrs. Chen.
Amy Pascal confirmed that a third Venom film is currently in the works. And you're super stoked about it.
I'm not. I had this conversation with someone today about just they didn't do Carnage right for me. They didn't get into the complexities of his character. They didn't really they didn't really portray him correctly. Because they kind of neutered him a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think it kind of goes back to what you were saying about Venom as well. There's certain key points, certain things that are rooted into who that character is, right? Batman losing his parents, Peter Parker losing Uncle Ben, kind of thing.
Yeah.
The
Venom
whole point
needs Peter Parker to be Venom.
Exactly.
But I mean, even on then, it's okay, well, at that point, now you almost don't make Carnage as lethal as he could be. Because you don't really get into how much of a psychopath Cletus Cassidy really is. They motivate him with love rather than him being motivated by just pure chaos, because that's what he thrives for.
Right.
Carnage is based that his entire mindset is chaos theory. Is that destruction needs to be present in order for there to be peace. he has a very twisted mindset,
Mm.
right? And so they didn't get into any of that. And then on top of that, they kind of did the Venom treatment with Carnage and made him like, where they made him very much a we character like Venom is. Whereas in the comics, Carnage is more of an I character.
Mm-hmm.
He merges so much with the symbiote that he doesn't see himself as two different personalities the way that Venom does.
Right.
That it's Eddie and the symbiote are two different people, right? Or two different mindsets, right? It's Carnage is I am Carnage.
Right.
That Cletus Cassidy is a part of me, but I am Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a complete sociopathic monster.
Got
they
it.
did not do that with him.
Mm.
And that's kind of where, and again, spoilers on this if you haven't watched Carnage yet. It's available for download, so go ahead and go and watch that. But again, spoilers, heavy spoilers. Mute me for like 5 seconds right now. They kill off Carnage, and it pisses me off.
Oh, wow.
He is too prolific of a character to just do that.
Now, okay, I'm going to pivot because they announced that Spider-Man is going to have 3 more Tom Holland-backed Spider-Man movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they're going to correct some of this straying of characters?
They could.
By bringing Spider-Man into the universe of Spider-Man characters.
They could. The rumor is that Venom is going to see Spider-Man and like Spider-Man so much that he's going to adopt the spider symbol, which again is not how Venom gets the spider symbol. Venom doesn't admire Spider-Man, so he adopts his symbol.
Got it.
Yeah, you can unmute. You can unmute now, Tyler. You can hear it again. Venom doesn't adopt the spider symbol because he admires Spider-Man.
You can unmute, Tyler.
He adopts the spider symbol because he adopts the spider symbol more so because Venom, the symbiote itself, created the spider suit for Spider-Man, the black suit for Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And he was already the Spider-Man suit. So the influence was already there when he met up with Eddie Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The anger that Eddie Brock had for Peter Parker combined with the anger that the symbiote had for Peter Parker combined to create Venom.
Right.
Venom is a being that has pure hatred for Peter Parker. And that's why, like, it's, to me, again, systematically, basically, and just kind of like, story-wise, this version of Venom doesn't mesh right for me because you're not getting who this character should be. You are getting a little more depth, and I'll give them that. Right? I will give them that you are giving Eddie Brock a little more depth, and he's not as one-dimensional. Right? But the thing, again, is that you're not getting that fundamental reason to why Venom exists.
How do you like Tom Hardy in the role?
I think Tom Hardy is a great Eddie Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think he could be a great Eddie Brock. He's a little timid.
Yeah.
He's a little timid and weird. Whereas, like, knowing the way that Tom Hardy acts, he could pull off pissed off, get out of my way really easily.
Because I guess he's really part of like the development of this Venom, the movie Venom character, so it sounds like he's a big part of where they're trying to go with Venom.
Right.
So they're announcing a Venom 3. So he has more Venom 3 plus 3 Spider-Man movies plus what is it? Craven.
Yeah.
And Morbius. There's like 7 Spider-Man adjacent movies coming.
Yeah.
So there could be a ton more that they can do with Venom. So we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah. I bet you the next movie they bring in Noel, and it's like, why are you bringing in Noel so early?
I think it's going to be too early for that.
No, because they're they're trying to go for the kill shots on all this. That's why the second movie they brought in Carnage, because he's the second most recognizable character.
Yeah.
I guarantee they bring in Noel because he's a kill shot.
I'm glad you said it that way, because it's almost like there's the Marvel way of doing things, and it's like we're going to tell the story, but then there's also the Hollywood superhero way of telling things, where it's like go for the big kill shot, like what you're saying,
which is what Sony does. That's why Sony fails so hard at all this, because they're going for a big spectacle, and we should put every big character we can in every movie, which is why they shoehorned Venom into Spider-Man 3 and failed.
Yeah.
You
throw Silver Surfer out there. Why? Terminator 2 did well.
Yeah, exactly. It's dumb stuff like that. You know, it's like
shiny.
That's why I give Kevin Feige so much like pull on everything, is because he understands the storytelling. He understands when to bring in a character and when it makes sense. This is why he said, I don't want to do Venom yet, because it doesn't make sense in the story yet.
Yeah.
Right. Spider-Man is too young and too inexperienced he's not even working for the Bugle yet.
Holy crap, you're right.
Yeah.
We're going to go through 3 movies and he's not
even out of high school yet.
They haven't even mentioned the Daily Bugle.
They mentioned the Daily Bugle at the end of the last movie, and it was more of a like crazy conspiracy website type thing. But I mean, still, like, Peter Parker gets his start working as a photographer for the Daily Bugle. That's where he meets Eddie Brock, who is a photographer for the Daily Bugle.
Has he even held a camera?
I don't think he has. Oh no, he has. In the first movie, he was taking selfie shots with the camera.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Anyway, well, I mean, we're getting more Venom. We'll see what happens. So, Venom 3, no date yet. We just got to get through Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Because, come on, there's too much going on in Spider-Man No Way Home to even think about Venom 3. So,
yeah,
let's give it a shot.
Rumor is they're saying that Venom does show up in this movie. So.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Speaking of MCU sequels, Destin Daniel Cretton has inked a new deal with Marvel Studios.
Oh, I heard about this.
For a Shang-Chi sequel.
Yeah. So there's 2 things that are coming out of this, right? So the Shang-Chi sequel, and then he also didn't he announce on Twitter that he's working on a TV show? Not Shang-Chi specifically, but he's working on a Marvel TV show.
Yeah, so
for Disney Plus.
So when I was reading it, so he signed a new deal with Marvel Studios and Hulu's Onyx Collective.
Ooh.
To do Shang-Chi, the sequel. We don't know what story they're going to tell, but also to do some kind of show or series. We're assuming it's for Disney Plus, but it could be on Hulu. It could be for Hulu.
Yeah, because if he does it on Hulu, it might be more adult.
Exactly.
It's like Hitmonkey, how Hitmonkey is like super adult.
Yes, exactly. So it could be a little bit of like more adult version of the MCU. And they also mentioned that it's probably going to be a comedy.
Right.
And
which, I mean, he's really good at directing comedy.
Exactly. So I don't know if it's going to be connected to Shang-Chi, but like they could spin off Aquafina into her own type show or something like that, or do something animated.
Yeah.
We'll see. But that's kind of cool, right? Shang-Chi too.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, it's cool that we're going to get another Shang-Chi movie because the first one killed it. Like, they would have been stupid not to make another Shang-Chi movie.
Yeah.
You know, like, especially with how gangbusters that movie went. Like, that literally is the movie that made people go back to the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
So, I mean, like, you know, that movie, and then, you know, Spider-Man obviously is blowing the hell up because it's been sold out forever.
Right.
At this point. So much so that when we went to try and go rent a theater, they told us, you can't do opening days and you can't do the beginning of the next week, but we can give you Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. So
the day nobody goes to movies.
So typically what happens, right? You know, a movie will get released. The premiere will say be Thursday, and then they say Friday's the actual release. And we've been able to do the premiere day on that Thursday, but with the way they're selling tickets for Spider-Man, there's no renting at a theater on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
You can only do like Monday or
and
something
then
like
and
that.
then they're closed again on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday the next week.
Exactly. And then the very next week is going to be Matrix.
Right. Which
So-
they're probably doing blackout dates for Matrix too.
They are doing blackout dates. So like there's like one day we can do this movie.
Yeah.
So but we're going to do it. Screw it. Let's
They
do it.
like really are trying to make sure that people aren't like they're trying to get the most money they can out of this.
Exactly. So we'll see what I'm so excited to see Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about all this other stuff, but yeah, I'm excited for Shang-Chi 2 and a series that they haven't even announced yet, but until then, more karaoke. Yeah.
I was trying to think of a song that you can karaoke, but
I can't sing. We've all learned that.
yeah.
I cannot sing. You can sing. You have a very nice voice, even when you've lost your voice
Oh yeah.
from yelling at Rob Liefeld all weekend.
I wasn't yelling at Rob Liefeld. I was yelling at Furiosa.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did.
I've got
So-
a lot of like bassy boom in my voice. It's so sexy.
Yeah, it is. It is sexy. You got that big bottom bass. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
bottom bass.
Okay. Next story. I dare you to guess what the next story is about.
Is it about the devil?
I dare you to guess.
Is it about the devil?
Sort of. Half
De-
of it.
The devil of Hell's Kitchen.
Yes.
Okay.
So we were talking about this over the weekend because that's when it kind of broke.
Yeah.
But Kevin Feige confirmed that Charlie Cox will be coming back to play Matt Murdock as Daredevil in the MCU.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
It's confirmed. So
So the backstory, right? 'Cause
yeah.
Netflix had what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4 shows, 4 Marvel shows,
Technically 5
5 that were
with the Defenders.
yes, that's true. Okay, 5 shows that were kind of Marvel MCU adjacent,
Mm-hmm.
like they kind of related, but
Well,
they,
because like the first season, they directly reference the MCU,
the
right.
Battle of New York or something.
the Battle
right?
of New York, or when aliens invaded New York, and
Yeah.
they bring that stuff up all the time to like firmly ground that this takes place in the MCU.
Right,
And then as the shows go on, it starts becoming its own thing.
right.
Right. I'm sorry, 6 shows. I forgot about the Punisher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
How did we forget the Punisher?
I know. So yeah, they had 6 shows because they had Daredevil, they had Luke Cage, they had Jessica Jones,
Mhm.
they had Iron Fist, Defenders, and Punisher.
Yeah, 6.
Mhm.
Okay, and then multiple seasons of some of those.
Yeah. Punisher had 2 seasons. Jessica Jones had 2 seasons. Luke Cage, they all had 2 seasons except for Daredevil had 3, and Defenders only had 1.
Right. So there's a ton to that universe.
Yeah.
That what do we call it? Defenders universe, right?
Yeah. Well, because I mean, like these are all like street level characters,
And it was never really confirmed whether they're part of the MCU or not, even though those shows were being released during the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of interesting now
Mm-hmm.
we're getting Charlie Cox as Daredevil into the MCU.
Yeah. And I mean, so like, they were talking with Charlie Cox, and he's denied it multiple times that he's not going to be in Spider-Man. I don't know if the pictures that are on the internet are fake, because that happens all the time. There's swerves all the time with this kind of stuff. But as of right now, like Charlie Cox is saying it's not happening, but there's a scene that leaked of Charlie Cox giving Spider-Man like legal advice.
Right.
Right. So it's like, that would make sense for Daredevil to be the dude that gets Spider-Man out of this legal
Right.
trouble that he's in right now,
I think they're
that he was in at the end of the last movie.
right.
Mhm.
I think all actors are allowed to lie when it comes
Yeah.
to roles nowadays.
But that's the thing, is that Marvel there tends to be a lot of swerves
Yeah.
especially with actors, and saying like, I'm not going to be in this movie. And then all of a sudden you see Andrew Garfield and Charlie Cox in Spider-Man No Way Home.
exactly. If studios go out of their way to film extra scenes to swerve like a commercial or a trailer
Mm-hmm.
before like what's actually in the movie, actors are allowed to lie.
Yeah. I mean, look at
Straight up.
Infinity War. Like they literally put fake scenes in the trailer
Exactly.
to throw people off.
Where's the Hulkbuster? Where's Hulk busting out of the Hulkbuster?
Yeah.
Come on.
Which actually, that was a deleted scene. because they changed the storyline at the last minute.
Exactly. But still, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's cool that Feige's confirming it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has a weird way of like it's his universe.
Yeah.
It's Disney, it's Marvel's, it's his universe, his version of the MC or his version of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
But just like Dave Filoni is honoring like what the fans want in Star Wars, I think Feige's honoring what fans want out of the MCU.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's the thing is that like he's already said that he wants Charlie Cox and John Barenthal to come back
Mm-hmm.
as Punisher and Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
He has mentioned that he wants Jessica Jones back. Right now, he hasn't said anything about Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
They got Shang-Chi. They don't need Iron Fist.
But honestly, I think a collaboration between Shang-Chi and Iron Fist would be dope. Obviously, make Shang-Chi better.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And take the time to actually train Iron Fist to be a martial artist, or get somebody who can, get a good stunt actor.
Yeah, maybe.
The issue was because they paid so much for the actor, they wanted to see his face, but it's like a lot of that was Shane Black too, like his decisions. And Shane Black is a terrible, terrible showrunner. He's the same dude that ruined Inhumans.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That was ruined from the beginning.
He's the same dude that ruined Iron Man 3.
Mm.
Shane Black has a track record for ruining things, and I'm not a fan of his. But he's the reason Shang-Chi, or not Shang-Chi, he's the reason that Iron Fist was what it was.
Right.
He didn't actually go through martial art. He didn't put the actors through martial arts training. He for some reason he decided he didn't want to have actors wearing the masks so that you couldn't have stunt actors, right? Because you could have had way better. Yeah, you could have had way better martial arts scenes if you could have just put stunt actors in the costume and take him out of all that, right? Like you put an action actor in there, right?
Yeah.
But he decided not to because he wanted to see his face. That's why Iron Fist season 2 was actually fairly better, is because they put masks on them. They could actually do fight scenes with stunt actors.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like Daredevil, they threw a mask on him. Well, actually, no, they didn't do it at the very beginning.
No, but he still wore the full black mask.
Yeah.
And Charlie Cox talks a lot about how his stunt actors like he points out in scenes where the hallway scene, the infamous hallway scene.
Mm-hmm.
He literally, there's a commentary track where he literally talks about when he switches out for the stunt actor.
Oh, really?
There's a part of that scene where like he starts off fighting at the beginning, and then they throw him through a door, and then he jumps back out through the door.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So the whole thing is, he said like he starts off with like a couple of choreographed fights, like moves, hits and moves and whatnot, and then one of the guys that he's fighting throws him through a door, and he kicks back out through the door and hits the guy. He said he gets thrown through the door. Stunt actor is the dude kicking through the door.
That's awesome.
Right. And the rest of the scene is the stunt actor beating the crap out of people.
That's awesome.
Right. He was saying like there are legitimate ways to do this without it, like with with movie magic. And it's even with the scene that's doesn't cut away.
And that's the scene that kind of defines Daredevil.
Yeah.
Is that hallway,
the hallway scene.
Yeah.
Right. Which they tried to recreate in Defenders.
Yeah.
Right. Like you have all that. And given Iron Fist was a much better martial artist in Defenders because of that.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is that because they let Shane Black run everything, he just kind of ruined everything. That guy should never handle a Marvel property again.
Mm-hmm.
Because the reason that they hired Shane Black is because he's known for bringing things in under budget.
Yeah.
Right. How do you bring in Inhumans under budget? You cut off Medusa's hair.
Oh, that was awful.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna kill off Karnak at the beginning.
I wanted to like Inhumans so much.
No, the minute in the first episode when they killed off Karnak and they cut off Medusa's hair, I was already out.
Yeah.
I was like, you're gonna literally kill off the two probably most effects heavy characters because you're trying to bring it in under budget.
Yeah.
Right.
It was awful.
How did you think this was gonna go? Did you really think people were gonna be okay with cutting off Medusa's hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Like the one power that she has.
But I really wanted to like that show. It reminded me. It looked a little bit like Lost.
Yeah.
You know, like the production value of it. But
Mhm.
yeah. Oh well. Anyway, moving on.
And then Lockjaw, you barely see through the entire show. I'm
But
like,
he was
come
in
on.
it. That was cool.
Yeah,
Lockjaw's in
but
it.
I mean, Lockjaw is such a better character than they gave him.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Okay, let's not digress that
Yeah.
much.
anyways,
So do you think okay, so they confirmed Charlie Cox. The next question obviously is like what's going to happen with all the other Defender universe characters? Do you think they're going to be part of the MCU somehow?
again, from what I know that that Feige wants, he has said that he wants Bernthal back too.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he felt that guttural performance that Bernthal gave as the Punisher
Uh-huh.
was beautiful, and that he wants that character back.
Yeah. So they asked Feige about that, and his reply was,
Mhm.
I always say that whenever a character comes back into the Marvel sandbox, it becomes another tool in the storytelling ability of the MCU. As I said before, the good news is all will be revealed when people actually finally watch.
Mm.
The interesting part about this, right? I think they're asking about him, but obviously this is all on the press tour for Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he could be talking about this from
Oh
2
my
years from now,
God.
or he could be talking about this in like 2 weeks. We're going to have our answer.
What if there's a multiverse scene where it's just a flash of the Defenders standing at like at a portal?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that'd be so dope.
Right? It could be just one of those Doctor Strange portals.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh, there you go. There goes Charlie Cox. There goes the John Barenthal.
Because Kevin Feige said originally he had written a scene in Endgame when all the portals opened and the Defenders were supposed to be coming out of one of the portals.
Oh,
and they ended up cutting
universe.
it. Yeah, and they ended up cutting it.
Yeah.
Right. But he originally had it written in the script where when one of the portals opened, because he said it would have been like a crowd pleaser to see the portal open and you see Iron Fist and Daredevil walk out.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like that would have been super cool to see.
Like a cheap pop. It would have been a cheap pop.
That's really what he was looking for. He said it would have been one of those cool things to confirm that the Defenders were part of the MCU, but they ended up cutting it. And it was cut for budget reasons. But they ended up cutting it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. But I think they're gonna toy with it a little bit more and give us a more solidified multiverse answer to it all.
Yeah.
Speaking of multiverse and the Deadpool multiverse, we have some Deadpool royalty in the chat right now. We got some Lady Deadpool Fresno.
Oh.
Shout out to Lady Deadpool Fresno. Whoa. Deadpool's connecting. What's happening? Uh-oh. I don't know what's going to happen. Hey, whoa, hey. A little bit farther up. Too far. Back down. I don't know what's happening. Shout out to Andrea, who was also at LA Comic-Con, looking amazing in all her various Lady Deadpool Fresno outfits. I've seen her all over Instagram on a ton of different Instagram pages and posts. Oh, hello there.
Hello there.
Welcome back, Unipool Deadpool.
No, it's just Wade. Just Wade is fine.
Just Wade.
Yeah, no. Unipool is only when I'm in the actual unicorn costume kind of thing. That it's Wade now. Just Wade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still looking for work? I mean,
I'm always looking for work. Mercenaries for hire, by the way. If anyone is looking for someone to be killed, I am your mercenary for service. Yeah.
We'll post your LinkedIn after this. Okay.
Absolutely.
Sound
we'll make
good?
sure that we put a link on my LinkedIn and my hired.com.
Yep. And your Merkton link as well.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Come on.
How did I not know about this?
Jobs for mercenaries.
Why does nobody tell me anything? Okay, anyways, I'm back.
Yeah, they don't talk about it much on Friendster, so
yeah,
that's probably why you didn't see it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Welcome back. Anyway, shout out to Lady Deadpool Fresno. She had an amazing time. You guys were all on stage, by the way. We never even really talked about that.
Oh yeah, no. Liefeld brought us on stage.
Awesome.
And interviewed the Deadpool Fresno and the Lady Deadpool Fresno and the Kid Pool.
Mm-hmm.
And brought all the rest of us on stage, and we all hung out on stage. I probably sound very wompy right now, don't I?
If you're up on the mic, you're
Sound
not bad.
If I kiss the mic here.
Okay, don't do that ever again. That sounds very not PG. Okay, people are leaving.
Since when have I ever been PG?
People are leaving. This is not good.
If they leave, it's their fault. They're missing all the entertainment.
Well, that was my last news story.
Do you have rumors though?
I do have a rumor or two.
Well, let's do that then.
Okay. Let me switch. I'm switching. Okay. Ant-Man rumors.
What about Scott?
Okay, so we got the cast coming back. We got confirmed Bill Murray is going to be in the movie. We got Kang the Conqueror.
Right.
Jonathan Majors is going to be in the movie.
So handsome. He's such a great looking guy.
Now the new rumor is MODOK is going to be in Ant-Man Quantum Mania. MODOK, which kind of makes sense because they're pushing MODOK right now on a Hulu show.
Patton
Oswalt.
Isn't he Pip?
Yeah, but now he's Pip in the MCU.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be him. I don't think it's going to be Patton Oswalt. So
that's just anticlimactic.
I got rumor on top of rumor on top of rumor. It's like I got like a rumor onion right now. So the rumor is MODOK, and then there's another rumor that they're going to get Jim Carrey to be MODOK. Right?
Jim Carrey, I love that guy.
Yeah, why not?
Wasn't he the Riddler?
Oh yeah, that's a different universe, but yeah. But there's another rumor.
Shout outs to Bruce Wayne and his dead parents.
Dead parents.
Dead parents. Always shout out to dead parents.
So there's another rumor on top of that, or maybe it's below it, since we're peeling onions.
Like
I guess it's below. Yeah.
I'm making waffles.
So MODOK, not Patton Oswalt.
Does anybody want pancakes? Okay, I guess not.
And then maybe it's Jim Carrey, but we'll see. But there's another rumor that it's not going to be either one of those, but it's going to be somebody that we've already known from the Ant-Man universe or Ant-Man movies. So they're thinking the character Darren Cross, played by Corey Stoll, who played Yellow Jacket,
right,
will be back, but as MODOK.
Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
That's new.
Right? Because last time we saw him, he was like shrunk down into the quantum realm, right?
Right.
So he could be chilling somewhere. But
and then they make him into a mental organism designed only for killing.
Exactly. Because we know Kang's in it, and then who is it? Evangeline Lilly let it slip that not Darren Cross, but Corey Stoll is back in this movie.
That's true. They didn't confirm that he's Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
They just said he's back in the movie.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Like she tagged him in the post, like, "Oh, welcome back. Super excited that we're all back in this movie." Like, oh, wait a second. He shouldn't be back in this movie, but you just said that he is. Let's delete that post. Oops. Evangeline Lilly.
Oopsies. You did it wrong there, Evangeline. See, you were supposed to announce that Ryan Reynolds was coming in the movie.
Pulled a Tom Holland. Let it slip. All right. Unipool, Wade, Deadpool. Tacos
Wade, Deadpool.
Tacos on the table. Do you think Corey Stoll is back? Do you think Darren Cross, aka Yellow Jacket, is going to be MODOK?
Hard to call. More than likely, I'm going to just eat my tacos. So
no tacos on the table. You're just going to eat them.
I'm just going to eat the tacos because tacos, it's what's for dinner.
Tacos are on your shirt. You can eat your shirt.
It's actually not tacos on my shirt. It just says I have issues.
Oh, you have a taco full of issues. That's what I was getting at.
There's a lot of problems that I have.
Right.
Next question, Jamez.
This isn't an interview. I don't know why you're saying that.
The answer is correct.
I'm here to do the news. I don't know why you're here.
I'm here to derail everything.
Yes.
Because that's all I'm good at.
That is what you are good at. Okay. Star Wars rumor. So remember the Acolyte? You don't know what the Acolyte is.
Is it like the Star Wars Sith character thing?
There you go. The live action show. Look at you, Wade.
Yeah, I'm a nerd too. Stop.
You're a Star Wars nerd. So the live action series, the Acolyte, being set in the High Republic, has maybe found its lead actor.
Oh, really?
So Variety is confirming that
Is it John
Mandela.
Cena?
If it is, you still couldn't see him.
That's the entire point.
Exactly. So Variety
Is
confirmed
he a stealth Sith? Sith stealth, if you will?
that's too tongue tied. Wouldn't make sense.
Say it 3 times fast.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Do it.
You say it.
Stealth Sith, stealth Sith, stealth Sith, stealth.
You got a lisp. So
Your mother has a lisp.
Amanda Stenberg is in talks to join the Acolyte as the lead character.
Oh, that sounds. I don't know who that is. Who's
So
Amanda
you have seen
Stenberg?
this person before, and
I have personally.
you have. If you've seen the Hunger Games,
Oh,
you know the Hunger Games. You know the Hunger Games.
I know the Hunger Games because I was in the Hunger Games.
You were
Yeah,
okay.
I was hanging out in the back corner when.
Were you hanging out with Rue? Because it's Rue.
Oh,
from the Hunger Games?
Is she like an adult now?
I assume so,
Yeah,
because it's been 15 years or whatever.
yeah. No, I was in that movie along with Mystique, hanging out in the corner, getting shot with arrows. Only thing is that I just took the arrows out and threw them back to her.
Mm-hmm. And you stayed in the dome. Like everybody else was trying to get out. You just stayed in the dome.
I mean, that's the best place to be
Yeah, right? What are you going to do?
because pulling the veil back, I played the dress on the girl on fire.
That's why you're so scarred, is because
it's
you
true.
were literally on fire.
No, I'm scarred because cancer. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, maybe you should go talk to Project Wish Upon a Star. Anyway, so
Would they sponsor me?
she is actually they are looking to be the lead actor in Star Wars The Acolyte.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Tacos on the table. Why not?
Yeah, tacos are on the table.
Put them on the table.
I'm going to
Let's
eat
do
them
it.
later, but yes, tacos on the table.
All right, that's all I got for rumors.
That's it? Just those two?
Just the two. It was a light week. Everybody was busy.
I give up. I quit.
Everybody was busy at LA Comic-Con having fun. There's no news. Oh my goodness.
Whew, that was fun. All right. Anyways, man. No, yeah, so that's it. That's all we have for rumors.
That's it.
Yeah. So I mean, between LA Comic-Con and the news and the rumors and everything.
And now Spider-Man in like a week.
Yeah.
What's today?
Today is my phone is not telling me. That's what today is. Today's the 8th.
8th. So
It's
that
about 12
would be
days.
12 days. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to do
At
math.
least for our event, it's 12 days.
Exactly. I was
Yeah.
trying to do math in my head, but it wasn't working out. So really, I mean, Spider-Man comes out in like a week.
Yeah.
But then the event is Monday, so like 12 days.
Mhm.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm getting excited for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's like the next big thing. So it's like high after high. LA Comic-Con, Rob Liefeld, all this cool stuff with Project Wish.
All of that.
Now Spider-Man, and then Matrix, and then Boba Fett. Merry Christmas to us.
Merry Christmas to us. Yes, we've had a pretty high week, man.
Something we're not even going to get to talk about,
Huh?
But it's still out there. Hawkeye.
Yeah, I know.
Are you enjoying Hawkeye?
I am immensely.
Okay, that's all we got to say. That's all we
Great.
gotta say.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I just realized there was another episode that came out today that I haven't watched yet. I need to go back. I'm watching that right as soon as we're done here.
The episode I watched at like 1 a.m. last night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it awesome?
I'm not going to tell you anything because I think that will lead to you saying I know what's going to happen. So I'm just going to not say a thing. I'm not going to say a thing.
But yeah, no, I mean, we have so much that we still need to do.
Yeah.
We probably need to record an entire episode of all the things that are on the side that we need to do. We
Mhm.
still need to review He-Man. We still need to talk about the current trajectory of Hawkeye.
Yeah.
We need to talk about Arcane. We need to talk about there's so much that we need to
Tiger
talk
King
about.
2.
Tiger King 2 is another one we got to talk about. Hit Monkey is another one we got to talk about. Like,
How about we do this? How about you let us know what you're watching, what you're nerding out on, on streaming or on regular TV, and then we can talk about it. We can hit on each one, and like now that we're coming up on the kind of holiday break, a lot of people have like a week off.
Mhm.
I don't know what that's like, but maybe we'll give some recommendations.
Yeah.
On like what to binge,
like things to actually go back and watch.
Because once Boba hits, we're all going to watch Boba.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's see what people are going to be watching
Right.
while they're on break.
Right.
I like it.
Guys, let us know in the Distance Dirtington post. We want to know everything that you're watching, everything that you're into, everything that you're gonna watch. Tell us what you're excited about in general. If you're not watching it with us, are you gonna watch Spider-Man? Are you getting ready to watch The Matrix? We want to know all these things.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
I just watched the new trailer for Matrix yesterday, and I'm like 5,000 times more excited for it.
It's getting good. Like, I love how they're expanding the mythology of it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going to happen, and I'm going to be hopefully pleasantly surprised on how they unravel and kind of re-ravel this Matrix thing.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm excited to just go on the ride. Like, okay, Lana Wachowski, take me on the ride. Let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Well, I think that's it, man.
We got shirts.
We have shirts. Now, we don't have any larger sizes anymore. We're out of XLs. We're out of 2XLs. We're out of 3XLs.
Do we have any larges left?
I think we may have a larger too. We have mediums and smalls for the most part. We have shirts for your kids.
Yeah.
If you want to get a Distance Nerding shirt for your children.
Perfect Christmas present for kids.
Exactly. What better gift than the gift of Jamez?
Exactly. Get your kids some merch. Support my kids by getting shirts for your kids.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So we got merch. All you got to do, DM us. Let us know the size you want. We got large through extra small and adult, and then small kids. So all you got to do is DM us. $20. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, food stamps.
Yeah.
Tacos, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
$20 or $25 if we got to ship it.
Yeah. I'll take payment in stamps. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And even if we got to ship it, you're still going to get a sticker pack.
Exactly. Which, by the way, guys, we have brand new stickers.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even opened the box yet.
Yeah, look at it.
Got like a whole box of stickers right here that I haven't opened yet, and I don't have a knife to pop it open.
Oh, now you don't have a knife?
Well, my knife. Shut up. Fun story, real quick. I'm going to pull back the veil right here. My dumbass brought my knife with me to the venue, and I gave it to, I told them that I had it. So, it's funny because at first the cop questioned me because he was like, "Why did you bring a knife?" And I was like, "I forgot it was in my pocket, and I gave it to the security guard to give to you. So it's not like he found the knife on me. I told them that I had it so you could hold on to it specifically." Right. And he was like, "Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool of you." Tried to get him the first night, and he was gone. Second night, I ended up catching him like at the last second. But
so I kept my distance from you because it was going to get super awkward. But I watched, and as soon as like you started to let them know, I saw all the security guards like, this guy. And it's like they were all like, bzz, 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 in their ears and stuff. I'm like, oh, here we go.
And it was funny because, again, it wasn't like they found the knife on me. I told them I had it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I put it in my bag and he didn't see it when he searched. And I was like, you know what, dude, I got to tell you that I have this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting because like you were going to be so honest about it. And like my brain was like, just let it slide. It's not like you're going to use the knife on anything. Just let it go and we'll get through this. But you're like, I'm going to be super honest about it.
I got to be honest about it, man.
And they were like, okay, they kind of sized you up, and they figured out like this guy's laid back. He's not trying to do anything crazy.
Yeah.
Plus he has a press badge. Come on.
Yeah.
And they were cool.
They probably knew I'd do more damage with my hands than I would with a knife. So.
And we got to hang out with the security guards and they were all really cool.
Oh, shout out to Gonzo. He was actually really cool.
Yeah. We got to you got to meet a head of security, Gonzo.
Yeah, he was. You know what was funny is at the end of the night when I went to go get the knife from him,
Mm-hmm.
he had like a whole table full of like bladed weapons that people had like accidentally brought in or they confiscated. And there was like a bunch of different knives and stuff on there. And I was like, mine was the Benchmade push button. And he pulls it out of his pocket and he was like, this is too nice of a knife to put with all the other ones here.
Exactly. He's like, I'm gonna keep this one. He was like hoping you weren't gonna come back.
He really was, because he kept that one in his pocket instead of with all the other ones.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Matt. He came back.
Yeah.
And then Matt's there. You know what I'm thinking now that I'm seeing Deadpool Fresno and Lady Deadpool Fresno in the chat? We should probably have like a small little discussion between you Deadpools to get like a kind of a round table Deadpool, what the con was like for all you guys, because I'm sure Matt and Andrea had an amazing time, meeting Rob, meeting all the other Deadpools. I'm sure that had to be awesome. So
Let's see if we can get a hold of any of those other Deadpools and have them on.
Yeah. That's actually a really good idea. So yeah, I mean, kid pools, drag pools. Who else was there?
Oh God, Dragpool. It's too bad Dragpool got there late, because if Dragpool was there earlier, like they would have been on stage with us.
Right. But it'd be cool to have all you guys talk about what it was like and the experience of meeting Rob Liefeld, meeting all these other Deadpools, getting up on stage, talking about the cosplay.
Yeah.
To Rob Liefeld. So I think that's super interesting. Okay. Sorry. Side note.
So all that right there. Now, guys, don't forget, every Monday from 6 to 8, we build Lego on stream. Now, if you missed it,
if you ghosted us,
look at that beautiful Ecto 1. And the cool thing is like when you drive it, look at that. See the little instruments on the.
We could fit a kid Deadpool in that thing.
Yeah. This thing is pretty awesome. It's super detailed. There's like a little RC car. Little RC trap that goes into the back of the Ecto right here. So I mean, this was a really cool, really big build. I was super happy with it. But this Monday, I'm building the Lego Fender Strat.
Wow, look at that thing.
Super dope Stratocaster, right? Like, I'm going to be building this.
Look at that.
Now, also...
Wait, bring that back. Don't... So it's Lego. It's actual Fender, like it's licensed Fender.
Yeah, it's a Fender Stratocaster made out of Lego.
It doesn't say how many pieces. Oh,
it does. The pieces are on the bottom right there, so you guys can see it.
1,000 pieces.
So it might be like 1 or 2 episodes to get the whole thing done.
Very cool. Just in time for Christmas.
Now, speaking of Christmas, this is this week's giveaway.
Ooh.
Look at that. Got a couple of Mandalorian minifigs right here.
Just in time for the Book of Boba. We got some more Mandos.
Exactly. So I'm going to be giving away these Mandos on this week's stream. All you got to do to win, guys, is be in the chat. So 6 to 8 every Monday, Lego live stream. We have brackets. We have celebrities every now and then and fun people to talk to. If you're there around 7 o'clock, I will ask who's in the chat. If you're there, then you get a chance to win. And you may win the Mandalorian minifig kit there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it goes to either Thomas Wong or Tyler Yancey, because they tend to win all of the prizes.
All the things.
I don't know how they. I might have to just exclude them from this one, because it's like, how do they always win?
They must like own the random number generator.
I know. Like, how do you win that much on a random number generator? How do you have that much luck? I don't have that much luck in any video game I play with a random number generator.
You got to have that talent, and they got it.
So
Mondays, 6 to 8 p.m., Lego live build, and we will be posting the like video schedule, so you can, if you're on Facebook, you can hit the reminder button and all that business. So it'll make it easier on you.
Hit that remind button. Now
we'll do it right after this.
Yeah, no, I'll make sure I post it.
Perfect.
Because I always forget to post it.
No big deal. It happens. You've had an amazing week, so you're good.
It's been great. So that being said, I think it is time for the dance party. Is it not?
It could be.
All right. Well, let's do this. All right, James. Pop and lock.
Distance nerding.